Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, December 7th, 2022, and haven't really done much of an update inside my greenhouse, and I wanted to provide that. Things are not going well. Things are not going well. I've had this installed now for about 2 months, and the biggest thing so far has been retaining heat. That's been the biggest issue thus far. So I do have a thermostat going here. I've got that set to 38. So this heater will kick on when it gets down to 38, and the actual sensor for the thermostat is actually right back there. I think it's a 10-foot line, and I have it about halfway up this cross support beam right there. So it's getting a low reading, which is good. Obviously, the lower you put it, the colder it's going to be. So when it hits 38, the heater comes on, and so far the heater does a good job of heating enough of the area. The problem is it retains no heat. The material of this greenhouse is just so thin and so cheap of plastic, retains no heat. So what I ended up doing is putting some cheap foam insulation board around the edges. 4 foot. I got a 4x8 and a 4x8, and then I had done something previously, but really I have another 4x8 here and another 4x8 there, but I had cut them up because I was messing around. And then I've got what I had left over in the back. So I've got that foam insulation board, and then the recent addition, about 2 weeks ago, I put up bubble wrap, like packing, shipping bubble wrap. Just read some online reviews of people that had done that, and that actually helped retain heat. So that was good. That helped retain heat. The coldest it's gotten in this greenhouse so far has been 33.8, which I'm fine with. Ideally, I keep it right at 35 because I do have a mealybug issue. And I think 36 is about when they start dying off. So 35 is fine. It got down to 33.8. That's fine. Basically, I just need to keep it over freezing. So that has been fine so far. Now, I will say it has not gotten cold yet this year. It has not gotten cold yet. I've had 20 degrees a bunch of times. I've probably had 20 degrees a handful of times, but I've yet to actually get below 20, interestingly enough. So I've been at 20 degrees a bunch of times, so it hasn't gotten cold. Obviously, we still got a long way to go, and it's going to get much colder, so I don't know how it's all going to go. Now, I will say what has been bad about the bubble wrap is before I had a ton of precipitation, and you can see it here, and the material, the plastic from the greenhouse, was constantly dripping. It was constantly wet. Everything was really wet all the time, no matter how cold it was outside, which things seemed to like. And the dew point was really high. Ever since I put this bubble wrap up, the water is no longer coming down into the interior of the greenhouse. It's actually getting stuck between the outside fabric of the greenhouse and the bubble wrap. So you can see here when I do that, it does come off, but it's not doing that on its own. And it's actually starting to, I don't know if I have any pockets of water, but it's starting to, here's one. It's starting to create these huge pockets of water. I mean, look at this. So things aren't looking good now that they're not getting wet anymore, which is interesting. Things are really starting to turn down. This red banana is no longer doing good. The bottle palm looks terrible. What else over here? What else? The heliconia is completely bit the dust. my Areca here. I don't know why I cannot remember any names. My Areca is not doing well, but that was actually not doing well before we got in here. So yeah, things are not going well. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. Do I pull down the bubble wrap, which was a pain to get up, by the way, and get everything wet again, or do I leave the bubble wrap up to make sure everything retains heat or stays warm, I should say. There's no way without that bubble wrap that I'm going to get through winter. I will say that. So I probably need to sacrifice things not looking as good in order to keep them alive. So I'm probably going to err on the side of keeping up the bubble wrap and making sure things stay above freezing. But yeah, I don't know, things aren't doing well, which is funny that that Pygmy date looks beautiful. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Some things look really good. The Majesties in here are still looking pretty good. My spindle is not looking good whatsoever. So really just, it runs the gamut. That Croton is looking great. What else is doing okay? Oh, the Trachea, of course, that's doing great. That one's tucked back in there. No issues with that. That thing always looks good. That Cordyline looks good. This Cordyline, for the most part, looks good. The Scalifera looks pretty good. So I don't know. It's a mixed bag. But let me know, guys. What do you think I should do? How do you think I should handle this? Have a good day, everybody.